Be very wary of any lover that you have that keeps a list of exes in their stable, that keeps talking to exes, has them on their Facebook or social media, hangs out with exes, people that they've slept with. That's a red flag and a half. And there's a reason why a narcissist does that. What's going on, y'all? I am Lodonis Dragonstorm. For first time here, please consider subscribing, sharing out your favorite video. I greatly appreciate you. We on the road to 5K, and I only got this far because of my fellow brothers and sisters, my fellow survivors and thrivers from narcissistic abuse. You look at a narcissist, their need to have negative fuel constantly, their need to have drama, that kind of excitement in their life. In order to facilitate that, they're going to have people around them whom they can orchestrate into fighting one another. Narcissists love feeling like a puppet master. They have no control over themselves. They have no control over their impulses. They're emotionally immature. They're kids. They're just big kids, but like bullies, nasty kids. And in order for them to feel better about themselves, they have to be destroying somebody else or devaluing somebody else or making someone else feel in conflict because they're in conflict. They're all about spreading pain. They keep their exes around for several reasons. One, if they can keep a person on a hook, male, female, don't matter. If they can keep a person on a hook and always go back to them for either a love bomb or a negative supply, they're going to keep going back to that supply. They're going to keep going back to that source of feeling that they have some kind of control over another person's lives, someone that they can destroy, someone that doesn't have boundaries and doesn't, and doesn't love themselves enough to say hell no to that person. A narcissist will also keep exes in their lives in order to make the new supply feel as though they have to constantly compete. They love, especially, I dealt with a female narc, and in that case, the narcissistic sociopath loves to have men fighting for value, fighting for her constantly, all right, and at the same time devaluing. Narcopath would, and still does, keeps exes, different men that she's sleeping with from time to time, in the same loop, while yelling at them, why don't you just F off? Why don't you just go away? I don't understand what your problem is, while teasing them and then sleeping with them intermittently. This is to keep the competition going, to keep the rivalries going, to keep the conflict around them going, because that makes them feel superior. If you are a person and you just figured out that the person that you're with, in a relationship with, is a narcissist, if you're just now figuring it out, really look at the people that they talk to. If you can figure it out, if they're not being sneaky about it. To a degree, I truly believe that even though narcissists are being sneaky, they don't care. See, they really don't care too much about your feelings. Your feelings are invalid. Your reactions to their abuse and what they've done are completely invalid. Only their selfish, immature, emotional needs matter. And so they're going to slip up. Like you should be able to discover who they're messing with, who they're sleeping with behind your back, who they're talking trash about, what ex they're talking. You should be able to figure that out. I'm not saying fairly easy, but the opportunity is there. And I believe so with design, so that you can begin an argument, so that they can ghost you, so that they can yell at you for going through their stuff because they're cheating and you found out, but you had to go through their stuff, and that's a violation of their privacy. So they're going to ghost you now and then go sleep with somebody else. And understand that for some narcissists who are really deep into the manipulation game, that they're doing that with every single person around them. They love testing them. If you do not just say hell no and ghost them, go no contact from a narcissist, then they know on some level they have their hooks in you, or they're going to suspect that. It's difficult to counter and mirror somebody who's that manipulative and evil. It really is. But if you are a person, or anyone who that narcissist still has in their life, any ex that they've been sleeping with, still sleeping with, have slept with, been in a relationship with, if they're still around, that means they're trauma bonded, or they're just as toxic, and their toxicity is looking for that trauma too. They're looking for drama. They're looking to create strife. It's all a game. It's an unnecessary game. If you want to live in that kind of drama, You want to live in that kind of just negativity? Then, I mean, you need to find yourself some narcissists, because that's all they live in. If you want to be a healthy person, get the fuck out. Get the hell away. Run. Seriously, run to a better future. Run to a more positive future. Find yourself and your inner strength and your inner worth. A narcissist will absolutely keep a rotating panel of exes in their lives at all times, whether it is for attention, money, drugs, sex, but it all leads, in my opinion, it all leads to the devaluation game. How can the narcissist devalue everybody at the same time? Well, you keep bringing an ex around that everyone else can't stand. You keep men or a group of women. You keep them all in competition with one another. You keep them all feeling devalued or with a lack of worth. All of them constantly at some point having to fight for the attention or feel devalued or feel in competition for the attention of the puppet master, the narcissist, who's playing everybody like a fiddle. Doesn't care about none of them. Doesn't care about a single one of them, no matter what they say. Narcissists do not know how to love. They don't know what love is. So if you find yourself in a situation where you just figured out that you're with a narcissist, and you notice that there are exes everywhere, and they won't give up these exes, and they'll bend over backwards to make sure these exes have certain places in their lives because it would hurt them too much not to be there, you are being groomed to be the next puppet. You are being groomed for a future position in that carnival of BS. Ask yourself if you really want to be there. My love to y'all. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other, and never again suffer them fools. Run.